My sister and I had just finished swimming when we suddenly saw something sparkling at the bottom of the pool. It turned out to be a diamond ring. Upon seeing it, my sister immediately wanted to take it since there was no one around. Without a second thought, she dove straight in. As it turned out, the ring was wedged tightly in a crevice at the bottom of the pool and was extremely difficult to remove. My sister pulled with all her might, but the ring wouldn't budge. I couldn't bear to see her struggling, so I ran, jumped into the pool, and tried to help her retrieve the ring. Suddenly, my long hair got caught in the pool's drain cover. My sister stopped immediately and tried to help free it. We had absolutely no idea that the pool manager assumed the pool was already empty. Eager to go home early, he briefly scanned the pool area and pressed the automatic closure button. Not long after, the pool cover began to slowly slide shut. My sister instantly sensed something was wrong. Panicking, she quickly pulled my hair so we could get to the surface before it was too late. At the very last moment, she pulled with all her strength until my hair finally broke free. We swam as fast as we could to the edge of the pool, but it was already too late. The pool cover had closed tightly. We were instantly terrified because we didn't know the pool had an automatic cover. In a panic, we pounded on the cover as hard as we could, hoping someone would hear us, but there was no one there. The pool manager had already gone home. We began to lose hope. It was a Friday and the pool wouldn't open again until Monday. We were terrified that we wouldn't survive 2 days without food and water. Once we calmed down a bit, we tried working together to pry the cover open. But no matter what we did, the cover wouldn't budge. I started getting angry and blamed my sister, saying her greed had trapped us inside the pool. My sister admitted it was all her fault, adding that if I hadn't dove in to help her, perhaps we wouldn't be trapped together. However, we realized that arguing wouldn't get us out of there. We had to find another way to survive. We searched every single corner of the pool. All we managed to find was an old swimsuit and pieces of a plastic kickboard. Then I noticed a tiny hole in the pool cover. Unfortunately, the hole was far too small to crawl through, and we didn't have any tools to widen it. My sister tried to smash it using the plastic board, but the pool cover was too strong and couldn't be broken. I burst into tears, crying out that the diamond ring had brought us bad luck. But hearing about the ring actually tempted my sister again. She dove back to the bottom of the pool and finally managed to pry the ring free. At that moment, she noticed that the drain cover at the bottom of the pool looked a bit loose. We began to think that it might be our way out. My sister tried to pull it with all her strength, but it still wouldn't open. Exhausted, she swam back up to the surface while trying to think of another way out. Suddenly, a phone began to ring on the poolside. It turned out to be a call from my sister's boyfriend. We could only stare at the phone without being able to reach it, while our hopes slowly faded away. Night fell once again, the automatic pool lights turned off, and we were eventually trapped in total darkness. The pool water was getting colder, and things were taking a turn for the worse. My sister's face grew pale and her body was shaking from weakness. She has diabetes and urgently needed an insulin shot, but her medication was inside her bag left on the poolside. Suddenly, we heard a sound from outside. The pool lights turned back on. A cleaning lady walked in to clean the pool area. Instantly filled with hope, we banged on the pool cover with all our might to make her realize someone was inside. At first, we thought we were finally going to be saved, but what happened next terrified us. The woman didn't look in our direction at all. Instead, she walked over to our belongings, picked up our wallets, and began to rifle through them one by one. If you're curious about what happens next, please watch the full movie.